So Benoit Saint Denis versus Dustin Poirier has got me biting my nails a little bit. Because one, obviously you're jumping from beating number 14 to beating the number like 3 or 4 guy, Dustin Poirier, who's definitely one of the best veterans of the sport and definitely is in gatekeeper status right now. Because even if he were to beat Benoit Saint Denis like he says he wants to and then look for another title shot, that was brought to you by Diet Coke. Not officially, but that's why I did that. I don't know if he gets past Islam. In fact, I don't know if a lot of these guys are going to get past Islam. I like to see Islam defend against some guys at 155, like actual 155ers, because his title defenses has basically become Volkanovski and Volkanovski. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, he basically defeated the toughest guy first. And then you have Charles Oliveira, who's up next. Ilya Topuria looks pretty solid. Maybe he should fight Benoit if Benoit beats Dustin. But I don't know if like Poirier should fight Islam. I mean, you don't know. He probably wants another crack at that title. I think Justin Gaethje would probably be a better matchup to try and beat Islam. I don't think either guy has beaten Islam. But there's just a nail-bitingness. Because I know that Benoit is who Patty the Batty thinks he is. Like, what I mean by that is Patty thinks he's like the next big thing. Benoit Saint Denis is definitely a stud. And if Benoit were to face down Patty, I think Patty would be finished in the first round. Like, it's hard. Like Patty's last fight was what? Tony Ferguson? Surprised that he beat Tony. I mean, even though not really surprised anymore. But Benoit is just this guy who's silently creeped up, not made a whole lot of publicity, just showed up to finish people. And he's coming for Dustin. He's going to want to win that fight. And Dustin is coming off of a KO loss to Gaethje, which was pretty gnarly. And if he gets KO'd again, he might be medically suspended for like another year or something like that. Because 2 knockouts back-to-back are just not good for you, especially at that level. But I honestly think, like, win or lose, I think Dustin should focus on, like, money fights. Honestly, I think this whole talk of the title just might not serve him as much as he thinks it is, because I think he's got to cash in while he can. You know, I know he said himself, Father Time's undefeated, and he doesn't want to look too far past. If I were in Dustin's shoes, it would be really hard to look at retiring right now, because you overshadowed Conor McGregor, and you overcame that demon, which was, I feel like, your biggest triumph in the octagon. That comeback story, that was your most triumphant battle. But for Dustin to beat Benoit, which he really well can, because we don't know how Benoit is going to go against the top 5, I think he's going to shock us, and I honestly think Benoit might actually win. But let's say Dustin wins. Dustin should not fight Islam. I think he should probably go to 170 for money style fights and fight guys who are a little more in his age range, just because these younger dudes, these younger, hungrier dudes, are going to have a little bit of a step up on him. And I think facing down these guys is going to get a little dangerous. Even though he is facing the criticism down of he's never fought a young up-and-comer in a while, and he's always fought people from his generation. That's fair enough. He's answering that call right now. But I don't think a title would be the best option after. Maybe a Gaethje trilogy, and then, depending on where that goes, hang it up. But I don't think Dustin has a whole lot left to prove in this sport. I think he's already painted his really tight legacy. And I would honestly like to see him retire before he starts breaking down. That's just my honest opinion as a very loyal fan to Dustin. But if he doesn't, I mean, it is obviously his choice. That's just what I like to see from him. But Dustin, if you're watching this, if you ever tend to come across this video, I just want you to know it is your choice what you're going to do with your career. But honestly, I'd probably beat Benoit if you can and then go for a Gaethje trilogy and see if you could right that wrong. I'd like to see a Gaethje trilogy. You already stamped out the McGregor trilogy. But a Gaethje trilogy would be that'd be a cherry on top of a perfect career. Just shower thoughts. Peace out.